A man who shot two people simply because they were Hispanic is headed to prison for the rest of his life. Douglas Cornett opened fire at two men filling up at a Spotsylvania County gas station last year as they returned home from work.
Both victims survived but will have lifelong injuries. Northern Virginia Bureau Chief Julie Carey reports today the judge blamed anti-immigrant rhetoric in the media for fueling the shooter's hatred.
It is happening. The MAGA clowns have put on their MAGA makeup, MAGA clown shoes, and they're going out now doing violence. Now, this was bound to happen based on years and years of demonizing immigrants, years and years of doing all this nonsense that MAGA has been doing, like filling the hearts of Americans with hate. Of course, one of the lunatics is going to go grab their toy and then go try to harm other people. That was bound to happen. In this case in Virginia, as we're going to see, this idiot MAGA clown went out, shot two people, and now he's going to spend the rest of his life in jail. Enough talking, let's go.
Omar Guandique, too emotional to speak to us outside court. Last year at his home, after returning from weeks in the hospital, he showed us the wounds from 3 bullets fired into his body. His friend and colleague also shot and badly injured. The gunfire came after Douglas Cornett targeted the men as they drove on I-95, tracked them to a gas station, then opened fire after asking them where they were from and how long they'd been in the country.
Look at this idiot's face. Like you can just see, I was about to say no offense, but actually I mean it offensively. Like if you tell me what's the face of a typical MAGA, I'll probably see someone like this. That's the truth. Like why should I lie? Like if you tell me, think of a typical MAGA in your mind, I probably think of somebody like this. And it's exactly the stereotype. And it's exactly the violence that I have come to expect with these people. After years and years of being told other people are less than, immigrants this, immigrants that, of course, he would go and do this violence. But, man, incredible, man. It's unbelievable. Like, these things remind me of David Bowie. Now I understand why David Bowie made the song I'm Afraid of Americans. Because I'm afraid of Americans. I'm afraid of the world. I'm afraid of Americans, man. Let's continue.
Omar's brother telling me they're pleased with the life prison sentence, explaining
his life changed everything. They got 3 shots.
Then adding in Spanish,
Pues no sé, por un lado, no.
On one hand, it broke us seriously because of the injuries suffered by my brother. But we are happy because justice prevailed, which is what we wanted. A crime like this can't go unpunished. In April, Cornett pleaded guilty to 6 charges, the aggravated malicious wounding charge carrying the possible life prison term. Commonwealth Attorney Ryan Mahaffey seeking the maximum sentence.
Mr. Cornett and his actions just caused terrible fear and horror in the Hispanic community in Spotsylvania, and he acted out of what can only be described as extreme hatred.
Omar telling the judge his injuries mean he can't do all the work he used to support his family. Jesus Martinez still undergoing surgeries. But Cornett's defense attorney asked for a lesser prison term. He said his client, an ardent Donald Trump supporter, was influenced by right-wing political rhetoric.
Yeah, no shit, Sherlock. No shit. Like, what do you expect if you keep hearing immigrants are this, immigrants are that, and you're talking to some low IQ people? That's what they're going to do. Like, that is the MAGA playbook. MAGA playbook is based on hate, and a unity based on hate cannot last. That's why they are even fighting each other right now, because they came together because of one purpose. They hated this group, or they hate this and that. And then these people like this guy, probably Donald Trump will never even hear of him, because I'm sure if he heard of him, he would probably give him a cabinet position or something like that. But anyway, this guy is going to vanish into the system, spend the rest of his life in prison because of what he had from right-wing, watching Newsmax, watching Fox News, watching, I don't know, those brain rot stuff, like, I don't know, Tucker Carlson laughing, like what? That terrible Tucker laugh. Like, these people are just, it's straight up demonic. I'm not gonna lie. It's straight up demonic stuff. The amount of hate, and it's, wow. I'm speechless, man.
He also pointed to his client's severe alcoholism, telling the judge Cornett was blackout drunk when he shot the victims. Cornett offering an apology, saying, quote, "I have no hatred for anybody. I have total remorse for this. Lo siento on my part."
Lo siento? What the fuck? What? Oh, man, I don't like cursing, but things like this just drive me nuts. Like, I have no hatred for anybody. You followed them to a gas station. You're pretty hateful. You say you are blackout drunk. Being drunk just brings out the real you. Like, alcohol reveals all truth. It reveals whatever you are thinking inside. So that's not an answer. You are, oh my goodness. I have total remorse for this. Yes, bitch, you are remorseful because you're going to be someone's bitch in prison. That is why you're remorseful. Lo siento on my part. Lo siento. Did you ask your new cellmate how to say sorry in Spanish? That's why you're like, lo siento on my part. Like, what? This is nonsense, man. Like, things like this is, oh, man. You wonder how, in an advanced economy, the richest country in the world, why people suffer from this lack, this ignorance. It should not be in a country like this. I expect this ignorance in a third world country. I come from a third world, and I would expect such ignorance in, like, where poverty, there's no education, things like that. But this is America, man. This is America. But lo siento on my part. Let's continue.
Judge William Glover unmoved, imposing 2 life prison terms, telling Cornett, quote, "This case represents the consequences of a decades-long drumbeat of anti-immigrant sentiment and misinformation being broadcast and broadcast and broadcast." Cornett was also just indicted on federal hate crime charges and could face more jail time there. But the judge said he had, quote, "little confidence if convicted there, Corbett wouldn't be pardoned," a clear reference to President Trump's pardons of hundreds of criminals. Prosecutor Mahaffey hopeful Cornett's punishment sends a strong message to the entire community.
And this just affirms to the people of Spotsylvania County that if you commit an act of violence based on race or nationality, there will be severe consequences to be paid. And they should be paid, and Mr. Cornett's going to have to pay that now.
Yeah, so he is going to be in prison the rest of his life. They're looking at more charges to add more time. I don't know what's more time than life in prison. Like, will life in the afterlife also, they're gonna go after him? Like, what? Oh my goodness. Like, stories like this, I do love America, but in life, some people are born to destroy the world. Like, that's what I've come to realize. Some people are born, specific purpose in life is to destroy and do evil things. That is their purpose in life. I guess there has to be that balance, good and evil in the world. This guy is clearly evil. He's doing his work, which is to be evil, destroy, and do whatever. But it's so sad. It's so sad. It is so widespread in America. The hate is seeping. It's seeping through the system. It's incredible, man. Man, I just have to stop the video there. If you like this type of depressing videos or whatever, or you like these videos, please consider liking and subscribing. And of course, share this on all the networks. I'll see you.
Oh my goodness, all the networks! Wow! All the networks!